What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and I wanted to recap Microsoft's E3 event, the biggest news that we got from here. Of course, we're going to be talking about some games and some important information that you will not want to miss about the Xbox One. And of course, I follow the Xbox One E3. Of course, Sony's doing theirs later tonight, probably by the time this video goes up, and we'll be interested in seeing that. But of course, Black Ops 3 was not announced at this E3. We're going to get into that, and they'll be doing their thing tomorrow at E3, but I wanted to talk about some big Microsoft news, some big things coming to the Xbox One. First, with backwards compatibility. Yes, you will be able to play games from your Xbox 360 onto your Xbox One. There's no cheap thing in here. It's not like you have to buy the games again and you can have them or whatever. If you literally have the Xbox 360 game, you could put it in your Xbox One and play it. Now, that feature will be available coming this holiday season. But for preview developers only, like preview access, you can, I don't know when it's going to be rolling out, but it's going to be coming soon. So get looking forward to that and playing all your older Xbox 360 games on your new Xbox One console. So people will definitely be looking forward to that. Something that people have been wanted. It's Phil Spencer said it was at the top of the list for recommendations, and they were able to do it with their new version of their software that they're going to be releasing in the holiday season. Perfect timing to pick up a bunch of games and stuff like that. So glad this backwards compatibility feature coming to Xbox One. Next, I want to talk about the Xbox Elite controller. It's kind of like Microsoft's take on a Scuf Controller, except it's by Microsoft themselves. I think this is going to get a lot of more people pushed into buying this kind of controller. Because I don't know, I don't know, of course, how much it's going to be, all that, but it definitely does look cool. And in the past, I've kind of been against Scuf controllers, but if Microsoft ships some of the consoles with this controller already existing, not having to, if you, let's say you're looking to buy an Xbox One, can you buy this controller with the console? I'm not entirely sure, but it's a cool little neat idea that they're doing. They're kind of taking on what Scuf has been doing, but they're making it their own branding, so we're going to have to see how that turns out for the good or for the bad, because you never know, but it does look definitely pretty cool in my opinion. And the last thing that I want to touch about that was really big news was that when they announced the Microsoft Halolens, and that of course is like the glasses that you would say put on your head. It's virtual reality. He was playing Minecraft on his actual table, which was pretty damn cool. Of course, I'm not entirely sure on the pricing of this, but the halogen looked completely insane, and if you don't know, obviously, what that is, you could probably go find videos of it, especially the live stream. I can't show any of the live stream here because it'd probably be copyright, like I tried to do last year, and that didn't work out. But you can probably see pictures of that and videos as well on YouTube and all over the place, all over the internet now. So the halogen looks pretty damn cool. But the best part about this, I thought, was the backwards compatibility. Those three things that I just mentioned here are big on Xbox's part. And of course, like I mentioned in the beginning, not Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, I meant to say Activision actually, did not appear at the Xbox E3. Usually they do, and of course we've got some information over the past couple of weeks that have shown that Black Ops 3 will not be exclusivity DLC only to Xbox. Hopefully, tomorrow they're coming on in an event, but I don't think they're going to be at the Sony event later tonight. We'll have to wait and see about that, but they're definitely going to be coming tomorrow at E3, which if you're watching this video any other time, you're going to have to check the date on that, but it will be coming at the time of me recording this tomorrow, and I will be excited to learn more about that. I don't know if it's going to be their own event, like Activision's event. I'm not entirely sure on that, but definitely we're going to be seeing it, because if they have their own event, they could probably spend more time talking about it. But we're going to get something multiplayer related, and good to maybe we'll get a full gameplay. Who knows? All right now is up to speculation on this, but right now, something to confirm is that Black Ops 3 has not been at the Microsoft event, which means that it's not going to be exclusivity DLC. Otherwise, they would have put it there. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, I wanted to talk about some of the games that they did release at this Microsoft event. Of course, at the end of the event, actually, I'll talk about they announced Gears of War 4. I'm not entirely sure why it would be Gears of War 4 since they had Judgment, and maybe, that was it was a different kind of game in general, but I don't know. Lots of people didn't like Judgment, and I would think that they would just call this one Gears of War 5 since it would be like Judgment, but they didn't have a Gears of War 4 because they completely screwed themselves over when calling it Judgment. They should have just called it like 4 or something, you know, like a title, instead of going to a different name in general. But Gears of War 4 will be coming out holiday of 2016, very far away. I mean, what is it now, 2015, so that's about a year and then half, because we're halfway through to the holidays. So yeah, it's about a year and a half from now Microsoft or Gears of War 4 will be coming out, which is pretty far away, but we got some gameplay of that anyways, and it looked like a Gears of War title, so, you know, nothing really new that changed there, but we didn't really, you know, there really wasn't a storyline, so you could tell that the game is still definitely in development. It was just more or less gameplay. I didn't really get a storyline in that at all. Of course, we got to see some more Division gameplay. Tom Clancy's a Division, very interested about that, and of course, with Rainbow Six Siege coming out October 13th, 2015. They announced those kind of together in a bundle, and those look pretty interesting indeed. Now, also along with that, at the Microsoft E3 event, they did not, or Telltale was not like part of this, but I heard that Telltale announced a Michonne kind of Telltale game. So for this year, coming out in the fall, they're going to release this Walking Dead Michonne background Telltale story. So that's something to be interesting and something to know about. That I found interesting anyways, indeed. Of course, we got some more information, more gameplay, or basically the same gameplay, but more added onto it here at E3 Microsoft for Fallout 4. Very good stuff there. I saw the Bethesda E3 conference yesterday. Some very interesting stuff released there. If you did not see that, you want to go look at that and get started with that. Of course, we saw some Halo 5 Guardians gameplay, which, well, I think we saw the campaign before, maybe like last E3, but this E3 we definitely saw some more campaign. I did participate in the multiplayer gameplay, which is the gameplay you're seeing on screen right now, and that was back in January, so I'm very excited to see what Halo 5 Guardians is going to bring to the table, because I really did enjoy playing that multiplayer with all this new experience in the Halo world. I am really interested in picking that up. And they also did show off Rise of the Tomb Raider, and all these games, man, are coming out in November. I've got like a list of 6 games that I'm looking at right now that are coming out in October and November of 2015. That's 6 games. Man, I mean, and of course, we're probably going to be seeing something about Star Wars Battlefront soon. I'm not entirely sure when. They did announce some sort of EA access thing that's going to be available for free for Microsoft as well. If you own Xbox Live, if you like own an Xbox Live account, of course, and then you'll be able to download the app for free. But no information at this event about Star Wars Battlefront, the new one. But that is coming out as well. There's just so many games coming out, and that was basically Microsoft's E3 event at a wrap-up. Most of the major stuff, of course, they did do little indie game developments more on that side as well. So everything there was completely interesting, and I'm interested to see what Sony has to offer at their E3, because Microsoft definitely did bring a lot back with the backwards compatibility. I don't know if Sony's going to do that. Of course, Sony has the ability to play older PlayStation 3 games, like, for example, The Last of Us, that I remember that off the top of my head. That's obviously been remastered, but there has been a couple of games which you were able to play from PlayStation 3 and then go on to PlayStation 4. But with Microsoft, you're going to be able on the Xbox One to do full backward compatibility, which is what a lot of people have been wanting. So that's it for this video. And once Sony does their conference, and we learn more about the games that are coming out for there, and then we obviously learn more about Black Ops 3. I'll probably do that in a wrap-up video either tomorrow or Wednesday, so we can kind of get more information on that as well. And that's it for this video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'm Ninja Geek. I'll see you whatever my next video happens to be. I'm out. Peace.